Good morning, everybody. We're doing something in the morning at our great downtown studios across the street from the Grove. I'm going to do a little cleanup and a little maintenance, or as they say, we're going to do some business first. First of all, I'm going to say I already have a sponsor. It's my business, Hide and Seek. This is where we are taping, or we're filming, or what do we call this? What do we call this? Filming? Okay, my friend Darla's here. We have put up a new backdrop. We have arranged stuff. Hopefully we're going to get better. We're going to get better as we go along because I'm really new to this. I have a new cameraman right now. His name is Jazz. Say hi, Jazz.
Hi.
Okay, that's Jazz. Darla's over here going, smile, smile, okay? And she helps a lot. She's super annoying, and I love her to death, and she annoys me, and I annoy her. But, I mean, she wants the best for me, and God knows I need that. So, when I did my first one, people were asking, the Woogie, is that someplace in West Texas or East Texas? No, we know a little bit about what Woogie is. Woogie is living in expectancy, and living in expectancy means you expect good things to happen. I gave you a couple of stories. So, also, living in expectancy is just basically through the grace of God. And I have got abundance of grace and mercy. My mercy scale is a little low. I get annoyed easily. I try not to. I'm really working on it, but it doesn't always work. So if you're out there and you annoy me, I'm sorry. Just move on. I'm not going to yell at you. I'm not going to shout obscenities at you. I'll just sit and grumble. And I guess at church a couple of weeks ago they were talking about even your grumble is not supposed to be there. But I am human. I know it's a real shock to most people that I'm human. But we did talk about last time is how I got my dog Pete, St. Pete, because I asked for him. And it's amazing when you ask for something and you live in expectancy, you expect it to come, and Pete showed up, and he was a wonderful dog, and it was really heartbreaking when I had to put him down. Now I have two other dogs. I have Liberty, which I rescued from Sabata, and she's now an old lady, and she's so sweet. And then I got Justice, and Justice is a maniac, and she'll be 3 in November. And no gifts are necessary, so you don't have to give a dog a gift. We have a bone that she chews on. So, but I'm going to talk to you today about Misfits and how Pete came up when I was having a Misfit Thanksgiving. I guess 100 years ago, you know, it doesn't really mean 100 years ago. You gotta go with me. That just means a long time in the distant past. So about, let's see, when I was 40, and that was a long time ago. I'm much taller now than I was when I'm 40. I had just come from California with my husband and my new 6-year-old daughter that came with the husband, who now has my grandkids. And remember, and I do love my grandkids. I tease and say that, I don't like kids, but I really don't. But I do like them. So, Misfits. People would come to my house, and I would make the turkey and the dressing and the green bean casserole and mashed potatoes, and people would show up if they didn't have any place to go. And I did this because there was only 3 of us, and Thanksgiving is about celebrating people and celebrating what you have, celebrating just your blessings in life. And so I was celebrating. So I invite people that didn't have any place to go. Well, I think the first one with my first turkey was about 12 people. And you think, oh, that's a nice one. Well, the next one was 20. The next one was 25 or 30. And then the next one, I had to have 2 turkeys because you didn't have any left over. Well, I did this for 27 years in a row. That's a long, dadgum time. And I had china, and we had tablecloths, and everybody brought a dish. I made all the basics. I was up to 6 turkeys, 6 hams, and I think the last one, between 150 and 200 people came. Now you think, that's a lot of people. There are people that I meet today that say, oh, I've been at your house. I went to your Misfits Thanksgiving. So, and I didn't tell anybody they couldn't come. My invitation I sent out, and I would say, if you have a friend or an enemy, you can bring them. I don't care. Doesn't matter who comes, as long as you bring something. And I made the mistake of telling somebody once that had, what do you need? I think it was green bean casserole. We don't have any green bean casserole. Or well, I think I got about 10, 15 green bean casseroles. So I don't do that anymore. If somebody says, what would you like me to bring? You bring whatever your little heart desires, honey. If you want to bring a pie, bring a pie. If you want to bring chitlins, you bring chitlins. I don't care what you bring, but just bring something. I got a lot of wine that way. I filled up my wine closet. Not much of a drinker, but if anybody else is, I have wine. So, but I would always match the tablecloths. And you're thinking, what do you mean? I would buy the material for the tablecloths. People would make the tablecloths. I'd get the material. I would take it to Chella. She was my designer, and Nelda, and they would make this dress, and I would match the tablecloths. So people would come and go, you match the tablecloths? Well, yes, I have that. And I'm going to ask Jazz, is he 3 minutes to 9 or 5 minutes to 9? Okay, thank you. Just tell me. I don't care if anybody talks in here. It's okay. Life is good. If you want to talk, if you want to say something, say, Jane, you're moving too much. We're learning here. So the Misfits Thanksgiving got to be, it was just too much. And I moved houses. So I pared it down, and now I have a Mary Moss Thanksgiving, which there's no more than 40. And you're thinking, wow, that's still a huge group. But I still have to have 2 turkeys. And I've had write-ups about it in the local paper. My daughter even wrote her entrance to her college on how we used to do Misfits. It's an open to the community type thing. I didn't put it on Facebook or anything like that because Lord knows, but I did have a biker group stop by because they saw all the cars and wanted to know what's going on. So they came in here and they ate. I had to kick them out. After 10 o'clock, it starts at 3. I had music. We had karaoke. My go-to karaoke, by the way, is Betty Davis Eyes. Maybe sometimes I'll give you a little hint on that. My friend Jack Pollock and I would sing, we got married in a hay fever, hotter than a peppered sprout, with June and Johnny Cash. And we would just have fun. People would hang out, and out of the 27 years that I did this, okay, you say you're one of God's favorites. You know how many times it rained? Are you guessing? Everybody guess. That's it. 1 out of the 27 years, and it's always the Sunday before Thanksgiving. And then on Thanksgiving, while everybody else was rushing around doing everything, I could sit back and maybe someone would actually invite me to Thanksgiving. So that's about my Misfits, living in expectancy. And if anybody wants to say anything or ask me anything, please put a comment on my YouTube channel, and I'll look at it. I'm a little nervous to look at how I do things because it's scary. You know, you're like seeing yourself do stuff, and so you're noticing that you're flapping your arms and you're doing stuff, and you're like, please keep your arms together. Maybe next time we will talk about maybe most embarrassing moments. You think so? And Jazz is trying to tell me that my 9 minutes are up, but if I go to 10, I'm okay. After 10, then there's no future. So I think I better write that down, most embarrassing moments next time. Please, you guys, go out and find your Woogie. Notice God's grace around you. Notice that everything is such a blessing, and you need to be a blessing to others. Being a blessing doesn't mean laying down being a doormat. Being a blessing means loving somebody even if you're correcting them. My dad used to say, well, Jane, some people are like mules. You know, you have to hit them with the 2-by-4 before they listen. Maybe you shouldn't hit people with a 2-by-4. I'm not advocating that. But just go out and, smile at somebody. Go out and keep your Wuji going and make sure that you go out and have blessings, and maybe someone will have mercy on you. You find that Wuji, and next time those most embarrassing moments that we're going to talk about maybe won't be so embarrassing.